I cannot share the details of it, but there was a low point in my life that was like about a year ago. And it was a very challenging moment for me. Um, Maybe to help you understand, I was going through the repentance process. And it was really heartbreaking for myself and for people who counted on me. And so music, like when I was all by myself, music was what consoled me. Like I listened to music and I music that really assured me that there's light at the end of the tunnel. So even though things look hard now, it would come to an end. We have an African saying. It won't make much sense if I translate, but it will help. It will be long, but it will not be forever. So if you have something going on, it will be for a long time, but it's not forever. There's nothing that's permanent. Time changes, and so that helped me. Um, and growing up, music was something that we did all the time. Like we sang. Um, I don't do that lately, but whenever I was working at home, my parents sang. Women in Africa sing a lot when things are going on, like working in the farm or babies, lullaby. They just make songs. I think it's universal, but it's really something that's really strong. To talk about the African culture, I think I've always believed that there's nothing above that. Um, it's a very strong culture. Like it's so strong that even when you stay in America, you cannot change. Like I don't know how I can say hi to you with my left hand because we don't use our left hand. It's wrong to do that, so we don't. And I don't know how it shows my respect for you. I don't know how I can watch you work while I sit down. It's not right. You cannot do that. You have to allow the elderly to relax because that's the fruit of their labor. We don't have social security, so your kids and those you raise are your social security. So if you help a child grow up, when you get to your old age, you need to sit and relax, and they do everything. So my mom, well, she loves to cook, so she'll force to cook, but we will not allow my mom to cook in our home anymore because she's done it for us for so many years. She needs to take a break. Like, go sit down, we'll feed you. And so it's just like a cycle. When they're old, become children again, and the children become adults, they have to take care of them. Um, I, it's not very far from what the church teaches. Um, the growth of the church in Africa is because the church sounds a ringing bell in the ears of everyone. Um, I still have ties with my long distance relations. We meet, we talk. That kind of family unity is always there. And so, if a religion tells me that my family and I are going to be forever, why don't you join them? Because I already love them, and now something is going to tie us together. I'll jump for it. Um, we have a belief that the spirits of our ancestors are always around and they watch us and they help us. And so if I can baptize for them, why don't I do it? And so there's nothing new in the church. Well, maybe there's some few changes that has to be made. I get so worried when people's view about Africa is always about kids that do not have food. And so that was the main reason why we wanted to do this show also to help people understand that it's not all about food. Um, we are poor by how the world judges us. Because someone has a fridge and I do not have a fridge, he thinks I'm poor, but I'm not poor because I'm happy that I do not have a fridge. I know that I have to eat what I have, so I don't have to save it and waste it. So if I need something, I go get what I need and everything is saved. And so sometimes I feel like, well, the idea of poverty is relative. Um, Many Africans don't think that they do not have money because they don't have a fridge or they earn $1 a month. $1 is enough money for people. What most people want is that at the end of the day, they have a place where they can lay their head and sleep, and they have a family to go to. That to me is all. Um, it's what Africa is, and I feel like no matter how long I stay here, there are some things I don't want to give up. And it's my goal to even go back and help, like after school, go back because they need me. Like they do need me, and I wouldn't want to disappoint people who really need me. Like America does need me, but not like people in Africa do.